Well, hello there and welcome. I've put on an American accent to make you feel a little more accustomed to what you're used to. I've been told by my Prime Minister that we need to make this a very simple and easy move from one country. So we wanted to make the transition and the move very easy on you guys. I have been informed by the big guy himself to make this video for you to inform you about some of the stereotypes that you are not aware of. I know you're aware of a few of them, but this is just to make sure the culture shock of when you move to the country, it's a little easier on you, okay? So first, to really kind of break it down, as you're becoming Canadian, you'll notice a few things like we do say, like Canada's great, eh? Isn't that great? We do say that, but let's move into some of the stereotypes, guys. For example, the weather. The weather is a big thing in Canada. It's huge. A lot of people think it's snow all year round, but it's actually snow 11 months out of the year. All the white that you see is pretty much snow and ice. So please prepare. Make sure you bring a coat. Prepare for the elements. It's gonna get cold. I mean, you don't really need to bring much. Just bring gloves and it is warm one of those months out of the year, which we can go swimming. But you are going to really need to wear probably a dry suit. If you don't know that, that's something to look up. It's a scuba diving thing that you can use. Definitely for ice, really, really cold water. All right, let's move on from weather. Weather is simple. It's just cold. But you probably think due to the weather up in Canada, that where we live, you know, what do we live in? What do we live in? We now a lot of people think that we live in, you know, an igloo, right? Igloos, right? We also live in snow quincies too, man. And the best thing is the igloo is a little hard to come by. It's hard to make, but the snow quincy is very easy to make. It's just snow and it doesn't really have a door. You don't have to worry about the door really, but you just build it out in the woods somewhere. The best one is the ice hut. Okay, this has a door and can keep you very warm. Also, it's safer because there is a door. We do recommend this, but it's more expensive. It's more expensive, so be careful. You don't really need a door. I mean, myself, I actually am like your stereotypical Canadian. I actually live in an igloo, but most people tend to choose this for families. So if you're looking to start a family here, it's a little more expensive, but really worth it. Okay. I do want to point out that yes, Canadians are polite and you probably don't need a door, but it's fine. You need to learn how to say sorry correctly, because when you say it is offensive to Canadians if you don't say it correctly and you're trying to be Canadian. It's fine. You know, we're very polite. We'll treat you like a tourist, but if you're in Canada and living in Canada, please try and say sorry. It's spelled like S-O-R-R-Y. Sorry. One thing we're not sorry about is this man here. Justin Bieber is a fantastic artist and a role model for the children of our future. He's a great artist, makes fantastic music, and please, if you speak ill of him in front of any Canadian, we will have to put you in maple carbonite for 1,000 years. I'm not kidding. Look it up. All right. Next one. Something that's actually kind of fun. A little different with Canada. It's water fountains. Water fountains in parks are a little different. I mean, America's beautiful. You have all those beautiful water fountains, but we don't have that. You have to actually go to the convenience store to buy your water and have it in, you know, drink it from your water bottle. We actually have maple trees that they're actually just tapped. You can actually go and drink from these maple trees throughout all the national parks. So feel free to literally bring your pancakes to the national park and get maple syrup from it. So this is our water fountain, if you will. You can just run right up and have a drink, guys. No problem. All right. I just don't want you guys thinking it's kind of weird when you see people going up to trees and taking a drink. It's Canada. Next one, which you're gonna love. I love coffee. This is our largest employer. This company, Tim Hortons, employs 40% of our population. They are all over Canada, so you will be able to find one. But if I'm mentioning it because you are coming to a new country and will need a job, so feel free to market yourself towards this company. You will need a master's degree, possibly, well, not really a master's degree. What am I saying? Tim Hortons, but definitely make sure you have university level education. Okay, moving on from Tim Hortons, let's move into animals. Just a little animal, the animals that you're gonna see when you're moving into Canada. Make sure that you're aware of what you're gonna see, and I don't want you to be kind of afraid of it. First off, the moose. The moose is very simple. I just want to tell you a few little bits about the anatomy of the moose. So the moose is a gigantic creature. It looks like a deer, right? It has antlers, it has its little hanging nose, and not one, but two genitalia, which is something a lot of people don't know about the moose. The other one is the beaver. Now, why would this little furry creature be our national animal, you'd say, right? This furry creature is actually one that builds dams. You probably knew that. So the beaver builds dams. Now, why would we say yes? Thank you, beaver. Well, if you didn't know, the beaver actually builds dams holding in our fresh water. It prevents our fresh water from leaving our country. It actually stops the fresh water from going into America, making Canada more rich. So we say, thank you, Mr. Beaver, keeping our resources in our country. Yes! And that is why you see the beaver on our money. The last one is very simple. It's a very easy idea. Please, you might want to invest in a car because it's normal for you in your country, but it's normal custom to own a snowmobile. Because it snows pretty much 11 months out of the year, and you're only gonna have 1 month of that year, just take the bus. Right? So invest in a snowmobile, save up about $4,500 to $10,000, maybe even $30,000, depending on what you want. A lot of people carry their home on the back, depending on how big their snowmobile is. But you'll know this: there is only one road in Canada. There's only one road, and that is the Trans-Canada Highway, and it goes from west to east. So you can just travel all the way along this one road, straight down on a snowmobile, all the way across Canada, wherever you want to go. Okay? Makes it very easy for Canadian living. There's so many more that I would love to tell you. When a baby is born, you buy him a hockey stick. These are not called beanies, they're called head socks. It has 11 points on it because you have to wait 11 years before the syrup, the sap in the tree is in its prime. The money was actually designed after the first board game ever made in Canada. A lot of people say Canada, and we now say it internationally as Canada. But when you're in Canada, we all know that Canada is actually pronounced Canada. And I'm not kidding. Look at the word. It's C-A-N-A-D-A. It's Canada. This A here is actually a long A. Okay, if it was a short A, it would have NN here. So when you're in Canada, please say the name Canada correctly, or people will be very offended. But they will just not talk to you is really the offensive thing that Canadians do. Let's get rid of this. Take that out. So, in conclusion, I would just like to say to you, welcome, new citizen, to Canada. And I really hope that you enjoy your time here. And I hope that you feel a sense of connection with our culture, and that you will grow with us, and you will become one with us. And I really hope Justin's proud of me. Thank you, guys, and I hope to see you in our beautiful country. It is a small one, and keep your stick on the ice, buddy. Not one, but two genitalia, which is something a lot of people don't know about the moose.